Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS. I'm Bill Potter with the in.form program, and we have two special guests with us in the studio who have recently paid a visit to Jasper and other small communities. They're with the SBA. Wonder what the SBA is? Let's find out. Joining us in the studio, first of all, is Stacey Poynter. Stacey is the district director for the SBA Indiana District Office.
That's correct.
Also joining us is Robert Scott. Now, Robert is the regional administrator for the SBA in six states. Okay, I was trying to get more in here. The Great Lakes region. Okay, what is SBA?
We are the United States Small Business Administration. So we're an agency of the federal government, and our job is to help assist folks either get into business or to grow their business.
And we probably find that people get confused as to what the SBA
is.
Yes. They may think you're an association. Right. They may think that you're like a chamber of commerce, but you're really not. You're a federal agency.
That's correct. We're a cabinet level agency, a small cabinet level agency, but certainly one that is mighty. We have 68 district offices across the country, Indiana being one of them there in Indianapolis, and our job is to assist folks to live the American dream.
So, Small Business Administration, what do you do to help small businesses?
Well, we help businesses, what we say, start, grow, expand, and recover. So by the start, that would be, if obviously what it says, like starting your business. So we have counseling services that are available for free, that's already been paid for by the taxpayer dollars, that are available for the folks to start their business. To expand, one of the ways to expand your business is to grow through capital. So we can help folks get SBA guaranteed loans. We can expand government contracting. The federal government is the largest procurer of goods and services in the entire world. So selling to the federal government can be a lucrative operation, so we can help you navigate those waters. And in the event if we have disasters or things of that nature, we can help businesses recover.
And let me ask them, what is small? You're in a 6-district area, and two questions to that. What is considered small, and then is it kind of the same in all 6? Are small businesses the same in all areas?
I mean, obviously they're unique, but the definition of small, most people, if they're running a company of 100 people, they're like, well, I'm not small. Technically, and in most terms in the federal government, you are deemed a small business. The kind of rule of thumb is below 500 employees. There are some exceptions, revenue exceptions, stuff like that, like in the construction industry. But rule of thumb, if you're below 500, which 99% of most businesses out there are, right, you are a small business. So we can certainly help you.
Yeah. Then are small businesses kind of the same throughout the areas, or is each one a little unique?
Well, when you have in Indiana, we have over 500,000 small businesses. So obviously they're not all the same. They are unique. And as Rob said, over 99% of the businesses are small. So yeah, I would say they're not unique. They are unique. They're not all the same. In the different states that you visit, I'm sure it's pretty similar to Indiana, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's Midwest values, and it's just folks trying to build their business, build their community. I mean, one thing that I would say about our region here is most of the small businesses are really ingrained in their community. They really want to serve their community because, small businesses, frankly now is the lifeblood of the community.
So you're in Indianapolis, you're in Dayton, Ohio. How does the SBA then work in, say, Jasper, Indiana, or Spencer County, Indiana?
So we're small but mighty. We have a staff of 10, including myself, and our region is the state of Indiana. So our district, if you will, is the state. So we do cover from border to border. We couldn't do it with a staff of 10 all by ourselves. So we partner with folks like the Indiana Small Business Development Center, or ISBDC for short. We don't want to get into the government acronym world, but the Small Business Development Center. We have SCORE, which actually used to be an acronym, but it's not now. It's it's America's Counselors, and these are folks that are either retired or have owned their own business, been in business, and we still have some active members now that are currently employed, but they're volunteering their time to help assist small businesses. And then we have a Women's Business Center. We have 2, one in Indianapolis, one in Fort Wayne. So by that, we have these services that are available as partnerships. And of course, they in turn work with a lot of the local chambers. We were here in Jasper today, working with the local chambers, seeing what's happening here in Jasper. So that's how we do it, by building a network.
And obviously, they could probably find something online about the SBA and then find out how locally.
Absolutely.
Probably the easiest thing might be call a local chamber and say, look, I'm looking for some help with the SBA.
Well, and SBA.gov, again, that's SBA.gov. You go on there, there's a host of information. You type in your address, you can find out a bunch of stuff that, these are resources that are free to folks. They think, oh, we charge for you to come into the office or meet with us. No, it's totally free. It's taxpayer funded. It's a service that is certainly offered.
Okay, well, let's start then maybe at the beginning for somebody. Let's say I make arrows in my garage, and I'm thinking I can make more arrows if I move, but I don't have the equity, I don't have the bookkeeping skills, I don't have some of the skills that I need. How can the SBA help me try to get myself bigger?
Well, for the first thing was we want to make sure you're prepared. So obviously if you're going to move, you're going to need some capital. We can help you, and Rob will talk about that here in just a second. But the first thing is, are you prepared? Okay, so we're going to talk to you about our Small Business Development Center, our SCORE, our Women's Business Center. They can help walk you through, meet with you one-on-one, all for free. They're not going to write your business plan for you, but they're going to help you. And if you don't know what a business plan is, well, that's the first place we need to start. Okay, so when you walk into the lender to look at capital, you're prepared.
Right, and SBA.gov, there's actually a tool on there for folks that they can actually, kind of the Q's and A's of a business plan. It actually creates a business plan for free that somebody can get on there and type all their information, and you can work with your local chamber, SBDC, folks that give the counseling. So if you need capital, certainly most people, what we're known for, our flagship program is an SBA loan. We have two different programs. Borrowers don't really care. They just need the capital for whatever they may need, whether it's working capital, they need a credit line, or they want to buy a building where they want to locate that aero company into a small building where they can manufacture it, or they need to buy a piece of equipment. We're there to assist with that. And our typical borrower, for a startup like that, they may not have the perfect credit profile. They may have some bad credit, or they don't have any collateral, or they don't have grandma to run to borrow $100,000. That's where we come in. We can help make a private creditor feel comfortable loaning for a startup venture or a venture like that, where that they can get that capital assistance.
Do you also offer counseling? Because running a small business can be really tough, and it may not be the money, may not be the issue, but you just don't know how to run a business.
Exactly. So yes, we do that. So I get calls every day from that. And one of the things that we do is almost like a matchmaker. So what is your situation? We'll talk to you, but who can assist you? So in that particular case, we're probably going to talk to you about the Small Business Development Center, about our SCORE chapters, who can meet with you one-on-one, and that's what they do. They provide more of that technical one-on-one assistance. They have access to some data. So maybe you're looking at going, okay, where would the best place for you to locate? Who's your competitors? They have information and access to those data points that can help you with that. Again, you could probably hire a private consultant and pay some money for that, or you could take advantage of the services that are already available for you for free.
In a way, we're already paying for that through tax dollars, and that's why you exist, is to be able to help us out.
That's correct.
What's one of the things that you find that is most difficult for small businesses to overcome? What are some of the things that you're helping them most with?
After we're hearing today, online shopping, right?
Yeah, online, the retail industry, online shopping, the big one in the room, Amazon, certainly being a major competitor now. Before it was Walmart, the big box retail stores, Walmart's. Now it's the online shopping with Amazon and eBay and those that are out there. But the one thing is when you're a small business owner, you're kind of the jack of all trades. You're the janitor, you're the accountant, you're sales, receiving, shipping, all of it. So it's kind of like where to turn, for help. Like if you don't know a certain concept, you just limp along. A lot of times if they would just ask for help, and they can ask from us, or we can point them to resources, we can say, hey, maybe you need to change to a billing system, or maybe you need a little extra working capital so that you can hire somebody, and cash flow issues, whatever that may be. It's basically asking for help and receiving that help.
One of the things that we find when a person gets into business is they're a subject matter expert, or they have a passion for their business. They may not be an owner. They may not have that business acumen and mindset, and that's okay. They have a passion for what they're doing. We can help them with that part of it. Because running a business, as you know, is not just be a subject matter expert.
Do you find pride gets in the way? That people sometimes are just too proud to ask for help? And if it's free, I don't know if
I don't think that's the issue as much as they don't know. They don't know what they don't know, and they don't know the services are available. So our previous administrator, who was Linda McMahon, she went around the country, and one of the things she always touted was the SBA is the best kept secret, and she didn't want to be the best kept secret.
Right.
And we're trying not to be the best kept secret.
So you want people to contact you.
Absolutely.
You want people, even if it's a dumb little question, they can
there
call
is no such thing as dumb little questions.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What's one thing that you're hoping people that are watching today will get from your discussion?
I would say that we're here. We're a resource. A lot of times when you say, "Oh, I work for the SBA," they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And most people have heard of an SBA loan, but the breadth of services that we actually offer, and the fact that it's free, they can come. We want to help. That's part of our mission. It's kind of our goaling for the past few years is to get our folks out in the community saying, hey, we are a resource. Please use us. And if we don't have the answer, which there are times people come to us, we don't have the answer, but we can go. We have people around us, resource partners that we can point them to that can get them that answer and that technical assistance.
And what Rob was saying there is most people have heard about SBA. I would say yes and no. They've heard of us. They think they know that we are, but they really don't. We get called the Small Business Association. We're not an association. We're part of the federal government. But just what we do, or if they know us from the loan, because that's a lot of people know us from the loan. We do more than just loans. As a matter of fact, we don't do the loans directly. We partner with banks, as Rob mentioned. So there's a lot of when I do a speech, I say there's a lot of myths and misconceptions about what SBA does or doesn't do, and that's what I try to educate folks on.
The one thing that a lot of people don't know that we do is with the contracting world. So if you're a business owner that wants to do business with the number one purchaser in the world of goods, which, ding, 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 is the federal government, the U.S. federal government, we help you with that. We help small businesses get into federal procurement and teach them how to be successful and get a government bid and how to work it. If they need bonding, we help them with that. I mean, there's a lot of things in that area of procurement that we assist them with.
And most folks don't know that it is a mandate that 23% of all federal contracts go to small businesses. And the SBA is actually the keeper of that, and they provide a report card to the president on how well federal agencies do that job. And it's actually not just federal agencies, it's prime contractors, your major contractors that sell to the federal government. They have to set aside contracts for small businesses. And there's even subcategories of that, which is probably too in-depth for this conversation, but there's subcategories of that can limit the competition. So for the small business person that has a chance to sell to the federal government.
And probably one of the last pillars that we're known for, and Stacey said it, recover, and that means a lot, but what we're least known for is disasters. So when there is a disaster, everyone knows FEMA, they come in with the temporary assistance. The SBA is actually the agency for that long-term assistance. So if you're a business owner that's had your business destroyed, whether you have your records destroyed, you can't make payroll, whatever, we're the entity that goes in and assists with that. We also assist with residential loans as well. So if your home gets destroyed, we are actually the government agency that actually gives you the money to rebuild. So we've been in Puerto Rico, we were in Texas, Florida.
Well, it's been in Indiana. So this year we've had tornadoes and flooding.
Right.
Usually it's flooding and drought, a lot of times in the same year.
Right.
So in 2018, we had a presidential disaster declaration, which is the highest level that comes from the president. And we had flooding in the north, in South Bend, and in the south, down in the Jeffersonville area. This year we've had a series of tornadoes that came through early in the year. So it does happen.
One of the final things, a call to action, which you probably can't really define because it's such a big area, and you're covering different areas, and people are watching different places here. If they're interested or want to know more about SBA, what should they do? Where should they go?
I would say SBA.gov would be an easy one. They can get it on their phone, they can go online, look, and they can find a bunch of information about SBA.gov. But I'd also reach out to the Indiana District Office. You got good people there, you got a good district director, you got good folks working there, and certainly they will point you in any other information that they may need.
Yeah, and just to add on to Rob, the SBA.gov, you can narrow it down and find Indiana, and we have a little website for just Indiana that has local stuff that's going on, a calendar of events. So there's a broad national information, as Rob was mentioning, and there's the local Indiana information as well.
Really, you're in every community.
Yes,
every
absolutely.
area.
Absolutely.
No matter what, SBA is there to help.
That's correct.
Okay, well, the best kept secret, let's hope we change that a little
Absolutely,
bit today.
yes.
But just keep in mind, the SBA is there to help.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Appreciate you having us.
We have had with us, first of all, we have had Stacey Poynter. He is the District Director for the Indiana District Office. Correct. Also joining us is Robert Scott. Now, Rob is the Regional Administrator for 6 states, Indiana, Ohio.
Michigan, unfortunately.
That's a tough one.
Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching 18WJTS. And if you need information, call the station. Somehow we'll get you in contact with the right people. We are local people watching local people.